Greetings to one and all. I am Professor S. Papiurani from Department of Obstetrics and Gynecological Nursing. Today, I am going to teach you about the anatomy of digestive system. Digestive system, the anatomy. So, coming to the functions of digestive system, you all know what is digestive system. So, coming to the functions of digestive system, the main function is ingestion, secretion. So ingestion, it's mainly helpful for taking food and liquid into the mouth, and secretion, total about 7 liter into the lumen, and mixing and prolapsation through GI muscles and peristalsis and mobility takes place. And the next one is digestion. It helps in breakdown of digested foods, that is either chemical or mechanical, and absorption, passage of nutrients into the blood, and metabolism, production of cellular energy, defecation, waste substance level the GI tract through the anus. So the main function is ingestion, secretion, digestion, absorption, and mobility. These are the main functions of the digestive system. What are the organs of digestive system? It is divided into two main groups. The first group is alimentary canal or just gastrointestinal tract. It is continuously coiled hollow tube from the mouth to the anus, that is 5 to 7 meter. And next is the accessory digestive organs, the teeth, tongue, salivary gland, liver, gallbladder, and pancreas. So these are the main organs. In this picture, you can see the organs of digestive system. That is, it starts from esophagus, stomach, liver, spleen, transverse colon, jejunum, descending colon, sigmoid colon, gallbladder, duodenum, pancreas, ascending colon, ileum, ileum, appendix, and rectum and anus. So this is the organs of digestive system. The main organs of alimentary canal is mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and anus. Then the mouth or the oral cavity anatomy. So it starts from the lips, that is the labia, which protects the anterior opening, the cheeks that forms the lateral walls, hard palate that forms the anterior roof, soft palate that forms the posterior roof, and uvula, freshly projection of the soft palate. And next is the mouth, the vestibule, the space between the lips externally and teeth and gums internally. The oral cavity, area contained from the teeth. Tongue, attached at hyoid bone and sphenoid process of the skull and by the linguinal frenulum. And the tongue is also called as a dorsum, that is the upper part of the tongue covered with the papillae, taste, receptor, and buds. Liliform papillae and fungiform papillae, cerviculum valid papillae, palliate tonsil and linguinal tonsil. These are the parts of the tongue. You can see clearly in this picture, which starts from epiglottis, palatopharyngeal arch, palatine tonsil, linguinal tonsil, palatoglossal arch, and terminus and dorsum of the tongue. And this side you can see the fusiform papillae, flitiform papillae, and circumvallate papillae. These are the parts of the tongue. Next is the um, next is the that is the paranoid gland. That is the paranoid fossa, where three structures transverse this gland. That is the facial nerve, external carotid artery, rectomandibular vein. The parotid duct opens near an upper two-third molar tooth. The gland is completely serous, that is submandibular gland, sitting most posterior in the submandibular triangular. It is supplied by the facial artery and vein. Submandibular ducts, which across the linguinal nerves, open on both sides of the tongue frenulum. It is mostly serous but partially mucous. Sublinguinal gland, the smallest salivary gland that sits between the oral mucosa in the floor of the mouth. It has multiple small openings. The gland is almost completely mucous in secreting. Next is the teeth. So teeth is a mechanical breakdown. The scissors used for cutting, canines used for stabbing and holding, molars large surface areas used for grinding, and primary or deciduous teeth are 20, and secondary and permanent teeth are 32. These are the parts of the teeth. And next, structure of the teeth. When you come to the structure, you can see the crown, that is exposed surface of the teeth, neck, the boundary between the root and the crown, enamel, that is the outer surface, the hardest substance in the body, that is 95% of calcium salts is present in the enamel. And next is the dentin, bone like but non cellular, 70% of calcium salts. Pulp cavity, which is hollow with the blood vessels and nerves. Root canal, canal length of the root, and linguinal sulcus, where gum and the tooth meet. This is the structure of the tooth. What are the process of the mouth? So one, it is used in masturbation, that is chewing of the food, mixing masticated food with saliva to produce easily digested food called as bolus. And saliva contains two enzymes. One is salivary amylase and other one is linguinal lipase. Initiation of swallowing by the tongue, allowing for the taste of sense of taste. And next is the layers of the alimentary canal organs, that is submucosa, just beneath the mucosa, soft connective tissue with blood vessels, nerve endings, and lymphatics also contain submucosal plexus. And next is mucosa, that is innermost layer, the moist membrane. Another one is the surface epithelium, secretion and absorption, renewal every 5 to 7 days, also contain ectoendocrine cells. Small amount of connective tissue, that is labia propora, contain blood and lymphatic cells, also contain malt. Small smooth muscle layer. Next is the layers of alimentary canal organs, that is muscularis externa, smooth muscles, inner circulatory layer, outer congitudinal layer. Between them is the mesenteric plexus, serosa. It is the outermost layer, visceral peritoneum, layers of serous fluid producing cells, that is mesoepithelium. These are the layers of alimentary organs. You can see in this picture of the organs of the alimentary organs. This is the digestive anatomy, that is histologically. You can see the sectional views of the stomach and the intestine. You can see the villi, crypt, mucosa, submucosa, circular muscle, longitudinal muscle, serosa, submucosal artery and the vein, submucosal plexus, Peyer's patch, mesenteric plexus. These are the digestive anatomy. And next is the pharynx anatomy, that is the nasopharynx, not the part, but this is not the part of the digestive organ because it belongs to the respiratory system. Next is the oropharynx, that is posterior to the oral cavity, and laryngopharynx below the oropharynx and connected to the esophagus. Next is pharyngeus junction, that is, it serves as a passage of airway and the food. Food is propelled to the esophagus by the two muscle layers, that is longitudinal inner layer, circular outer layer. Food movement is by alternating contractions of the muscle layers, that is peristalsis. Next is Next is esophagus. That is, it runs from the pharynx to stomach through the diaphragm, which is 25 centimeter in length, and then connects foot by peristalsis, which shows slow rhythmic squeezing, contraction of circular layer above the foot, and contraction of longitudinal below the foot. And next is the passage for the foot only, that is respiratory system branches off after the pharynx. And next is the esophagus. The esophagus is the posterior posterior to the larynx and to the trachea in the neck region and in the upper thorax. It travels on to the right side of the ascending aorta, passing through the diaphragm and connects with the stomach. There are inner circular and outer longitudinal muscle layers. The upper third of the skeletal system, that is the volunteer, middle third is mixed, and the lower third is smooth muscle, which is involuntary. Esogastric junction is located approximately at the level of the diaphragm. Contractions of the diaphragm secretes diaphragm, creates sphincter, gives an effects of preventing reflux of the stomach acids and content. The esogastric juice is a functional and not anatomical sphincter. This is the esophagus. You can see The mucus contract, constructing passage and pushing the bolus down. This is the bolus of the foot, where the muscles contract to push the foot down, and again the muscle relax by allowing the passage to open, and it gets entered into the stomach. So the muscle contract and then relax, and again the muscle contract and then the relax. This is the vice versa process that happens in the esophagus. And next is the stomach anatomy. It is located on the left side of the abdominal cavity. Food enters at the cardioesophageal sphincter, site where food is chumped into the chyme. Protecting digestion begins in this time. And next is the regions of the stomach. One is the cardiac region that is nearer to the heart, and next is the fundus, and next one is the body, and other one is the pylorus, that is the funnel shaped terminal end. Food empties into the small intestine at the pyloric sphincter. So you can see clearly in this picture, the first part is the esophagus, and next is the fundus, and next is the body, and here is the cardiac orifice with the cardiac region, the lesser curvature, and outside is the greater curvature, and last one is the pylorus, pyloric canal, and the pyloric antrium. With this, it connects to the small intestine. Stomach anatomy. Rugae, it is an internal folds of the mucosa. External region, there is lesser curvature and the greater curvature. You would have been seen in the last picture about the lesser curvature and the greatest curvature. You can see here also, that is the cardia, the lesser curvature and the greater curvature, which connects with the pylorus, that is the pyloric sphincter, pyloric canal, and pyloric antrium, which ends with the duodenum. This is the stomach. And next is the layers of peritoneum attached to the stomach, that is lesser otium attaches the liver to the lesser curvature. Greater otium attaches the greater curvature to the transverse colon, which contains fat to insulate, cushion, and protect abdominal organs. Next is stomach anatomy. This is the stomach, where you can see in the second picture clearly the fundus, the serosa, the body, the rugae of mucus, greater curvature, pyloric sphincter, duodenum, lesser curvature, and the other longitudinal, circular, and oblique layers, and then the esophagus. So this is the veins of the stomach, duodenum, and the pancreas, where you can see the hepatic veins, hepatoportal veins, inferior vena cava, left gastric vein, and esophageal tributary, short gastric veins, left gastrogynoid vein. All this are present in this vein system. And what are the functions of the stomach? It acts as a storage tank for the food, site for the food breakdown and mixing. Chemical breakdown of protein begins, delivers chyme, that is the processed food, to the small intestine. A specialized mucosa of the stomach. There are certain specialized mucosa, that is simple columnar epithelium. Mucous neck cells produces sticky alkaline mucus. Gastric glands secrete gastric juice. Chief cells produces protein digesting enzymes. Parenteral gas cells, that is produce hypochondric acid, and intrinsic factor. Endocrine cells produces gastrin, which stimulates both partial and chief cells. And next is structure of stomach mucosa. The gastric pits formed by the folded mucosa. Glands and specified cells are in the gastric end region. Next is, this is the structure of the stomach mucosa. You can see a gastric pit, surface epithelium, mucous neck cells, parenteral cells, gastric glands, chief glands, gastric gland, and gastric pit. With this is also again in turn gives with the pyloric sphincter. And next is the peritoneum. It is the largest serous membrane of the body, consists of mesothelium, divided into parietal peritoneum, visceral peritoneum, and ascites. So, what is parietal peritoneum? It lies the wall, that is abdo-pelvic cavity internally. Visceral peritoneum covers some of the organs in the cavity. The space between that contain fluid are called as peritoneal cavity. This cavity may be accumulated by several liters of fluid state called as ascites. This is one of the disease condition where the patient may have an increased fluid collected in the peritoneal cavity. And next are the membranes, that is mesenteries, the double sheets of peritoneum surrounding and suspending portions of the digestive organs. What is peritoneal folds? That is caliform ligament attach the liver to anterior abdominal wall and the diaphragm. Greater otium Fatty apron hangs anteriorly to form stomach, that is double layer encloses fat, luster otium between stomach and the liver, mesentery proper, suspends and wraps all the small intestine, mesocolon suspends and wraps the colon, parts of transverse mesocolon, sigmoid mesocolon, ascending and descending pancreases, first two parts of the duodenum, and kidneys are retroparental structure. This is the membranes. And you can see the peritoneum in this clear picture. Mesentery, that is the greater atrium, and the transverse colon is reflected. You can see the greater atrium, transverse colon, transverse mesocolon, descending colon, jejunum, mesentery, sigmoid mesocolon, sigmoid colon, and ileum. And the other mesentery is a superficial view of the abdominal organs. Next is the small intestine, the body's major digestive organ. It is a site of nutrient absorption in the blood. The muscular tube extending from the pyloric sphincter to the ileocecal wall, suspends from the posterior abdominal wall by the mesentery. The subdivisions of the small intestine, that is the duodenum, 25 centimeter, attached to the stomach, curves around the head of the pancreases, fixed rectoperitoneal structure, jejunum, that is 2.5 centimeter, attaches anteriorly to the duodenum, ileum, that is 3.5 m, extends from jejunum to the large intestine. So this is the regions of the small intestine, duodenum, jejunum, large intestine, and the ileum. You can see here clearly in this picture. Next is duodenum, and it is related to the or related organs, that is when it is related to bile, liver, gallbladder, interstitial enzymes, duodenum of small intestine, pancreatic juice, acid enzyme, stomach, and the pancreases. Chemical digestion in the small intestine. Source of the enzyme that are mixed with the enzyme, that is interstitial cells, pancreases, bile enters from the gallbladder. Villi of the small intestine, finger-like projections are formed are called as mucosa, which gives the small intestine more surface in layer. Next is microvilli of the small intestine, small projections of the plasma membranes found and absorptive cells. Structures involved in the absorption of the nutrients, absorptive cells, blood capillaries, lacticals, specialized lymphatic capillaries. Folds of the small intestine. They are called as circular folds or pilic circularis. The folds of the mucosa and submucosa do not disappear when filled with the food. The submucosa has pious patches, that is the collection of lymphatic tissues. Digestion in the small intestine. Enzymes from the brush border break double sugars into simple sugars, complete protein digestion. Pancreatic enzymes plays the major digestive function, which helps to complete digestion of the starch pancreatic enzyme, carry out half of the protein digestion, that is trypsin, etc. This is the chemical digestion in the small intestine. You can see the gallbladder, right and left hepatic ducts, common hepatic ducts, bile ducts, and sphincter. Digestion in the small intestine. Pancreatic enzymes plays a major digestive function. So responsible for fat digestion, diagnostic euclic acids, alkaline content neutralize, acids chyme. Absorption of small intestine. Water is absorbed along the length of the small intestine. The end products of digestion. Most substances are absorbed by active transport through cell membranes. Lipids are absorbed by diffusion. Substances are transmitted to the liver by the hepatic portal vein or lymph. Next is prolapsion in the small intestine. Peristalsis is the major means of moving food. Segmental movements mixed chyme with the digestive juices aids in propelling food. Next is digestive secretions. So it takes 7 liters per day, forms the tissue into the lumen, which is from the salivary glands, pancreases, water, enzymes, mucus, icons, that is H plus, K plus, N plus, HC3O3 and Cl, and mass balance. This is the digestive secretion that is present for a day. And large intestine. Large intestine is larger in diameter but shorter than the small intestine. Frames the internal organ. So you can see the large intestine in this picture. So these are the parts of the large intestine. So the regions of large intestine, that is cilium, that is pocket at the proximal end with the appendix, Colon, the ascending colon on the right between the cilium and the right colic flexure. Transverse colon, horizontal portion. Descending colon, left side between the left clonic flexure. Sigmoid colon, S bend near the terminal end. Rectum, terminal end is the anal canal ending at the anus, which has internal involuntary sphincter and external voluntary sphincter. Next is the histology of the large intestine. Mucosa, abundant globate cells, stratified squamous epithelium near the anal canal, no villi, longitudinal muscle layer, incomplete, forms three bands in the Titia colia, circular muscles forms pockets or hastitia between the bands. And what is the function of the large intestine? It helps in the absorption of the water, eliminates indigestible food from the body as the feces, doesn't participate in digestion of the food. Globular cell produce mucus to act as a lubricant. Cilium. Next is the cilium, that is the sac-like first part of the large intestine, and next is the appendix, the accumulation of lymphatic tissue that produces sometimes become inflamed, that is called as appendix, hangs from the cilium. And next is the structures of the large intestine, that is colon. We have an ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, H-shaped sigmoidal colon, and then rectum, the anus or the external body opening. The food breakdown and the absorption in the large intestine. No digestive enzymes are produced. Resident bacteria digest remaining nutrients, produce some vitamin K and B, which releases gases. Water and vitamin K and B are absorbed. Remaining materials are eliminated via feces. What is the propulsion in the large intestine? Sluggish peristalsis, mass movements, slow powerful movements that occur 3 to 4 times per day. Presence of feces in the rectum causes a defecation reflex. Internal anal sphincter is relaxed. Defecation occurs with relaxation of the voluntary, that is external anal sphincter. Next is saliva, that is the mixture of the mucus and the serous fluids, helps to form the food bolus, contains salivary amylase to begin starch digestion, dissolves chemicals so that they can be tasted. Enzymes in small intestine. You can see in this diagram a table that is sigmatic digestion in the small intestine. Carbohydrates, which becomes as starch due to the paralytic amylase, which becomes as maltose, and then again it is converted into monosaccharides. And then the proteins, it is the polypeptides, that is the trypsin, which is again converted into smaller polypeptides and again to the amino acids. And nucleic acids, which is DNA and RNA, in the process of nuclease, which is converts into nucleoids to the other enzyme, that is nitrogenous base, sugars and phosphates, and fats, flat globules, which is of bile salts, where the flat droplets and then by the lipase it gets again converted into fatty acids and the glycerol. This is the enzymes that are present in the small intestine. Pancreas. It produces a wide spectrum of the digestive enzymes that break down all the categories of the food. Enzymes are secreted in the duodenum. Alkaline food produced with the enzyme neutralize acid chyme. Endocrine products of pancreases, that is laryngites island, which has insulin, glycogens, and stomatostatin. Next is the exocrine pancreas histopathology. You can see the exocrine pathology. It has a small duct, acellular cells, basement membrane, zynogen granules, and endoplasmic reticulum. So you can see in this picture the pancreases, epithelial cells, membrane bound entropeptidose, where the tripepsinogen is converted into trypsin, and then chemicotrypsinogen is converted into chymotrypsin, and paroxylic peptidase is converted into carboxylic peptides. Next is the composition and function of the pancreatic juice. The examples include tripepsinogen is activated by trypsin, and procarboxylic peptidase is activated by carboxylic peptidase. Active enzymes secreted amylase, lipase, and nuclease. These enzymes require ionic or bile from the optimal activity. And next is the pancreas. Pancreas is the rectoperitoneal composed of head, body, and the tail, exocrine and endocrine gland. Common bile duct and major pancreatic duct leads to the ampulla of the Walter, then to the second part of the duodenum through the sphincter of Oddi. Liver, this is the larger gland in the body, located on the right side of the body, upper the diaphragm, consists of four lobes suspended from the diaphragm and the abdominal wall by the falciform ligament. connected to the gallbladder via the common hepatic duct. Next is on the right side, you can see the diaphragm, largest organ made up of four lobes, that is left, right, caudate and quadrate. Hypus, which is the underside entry point of the gallbladder. You can see in the microscopic anatomy, you can see the liver globules and triates. Next is the microscopic anatomy of the liver. You can see in this picture the microscopic anatomy, which shows the plate, that is the plates of hydrocytes, portal vein, and then hydroglobular veins, bile duct, portal veiniclate, central vein, and synods. Next is the visceral surface of the liver. Here you can see portal hepatic vein, caudate lobe, hepatic vein, infravena cava, bare area, right hepatic artery, right hepatic duct, cystic duct, gallbladder, right lobe, all other sides of the left liver. The role of the liver in the metabolism. They have several roles in digestion, that is, deoxygenizes drugs and alcohol, degrades hormones, produces cholesterol, blood proteins, albumin, and clotting proteins, plays a central role of metabolism. Produced by the cells in the liver, composition, bile salts, bile pigment, mostly bilirubin from the breakdown of the hemoglobin, cholesterol, phospholipids, and electrolytes. Next is gallbladder, that is sac found in the hollow fossa of the liver, stores bile from the liver by the way of the cystic gland. Bile is introduced into the duodenum in the presence of the fatty food. Gallstones can cause blockages. This is the chemical digestion in the small intestine. You can see the gallbladder, right and left hepatic ducts from the liver, common hepatic duct, bile duct, and the sphincter, accessory pancreatic duct, pancreases, jejunum, main pancreatic duct and the sphincter, duodenum, cystic duct and the stomach. Gallbladder stores and concentrates bile to the 10 folds, which expels biles into the duodenum. Bile hemosiphizes fat. What are the process of digestive system? It helps in ingestion, getting food into the mouth, propulsion, moving food from one region of digestive system to the another, and then peristalsis, altering waves of contraction, segmentation, moving materials back and forth to aid in the mixing, mechanical digestion, mixing of food in the mouth by the tongue, churning of food in the stomach, segmentation on the small intestine. Chemical digestion, enzymes break down through molecules into their building blocks. Each major food group uses different enzymes. Carbohydrates are broken with the simple sugars. Proteins are broken to the amino acids. Fats are broken into fatty acids and alcohols. Next is absorption. End products of digestion are absorbed in the blood or the lumen. Food must enter mucosal cells and then into the blood and the lymph capillaries. Defecation, elimination of the indigestible substances as the feces. This is the process of the digestive system. Once the food is entered, the ingestion takes place, and then the mechanical digestion, that is chewing in the mouth, burping in the stomach, and then segmentation into the small intestine, and then the chemical digestion takes place, and then the small intestine, it comes to large intestine, and then the defecation takes place through the anus. So, what are the organs involved in this process? That is pharynx, esophagus, there is propulsion. Swallowing, it takes place in the oropharynx, and then the peristalsis, where the esophagus, stomach, small intestine, and the large intestine takes place a major role in this by the process of segmentation and then absorption, where the food is get absorbed by the lymph vessels, blood vessels, where it is mainly used by the H2O, and then it is comes as an feces by the large intestine by the process called as defecation through the anus. This is the process of the digestive system. The control of digestive activity, mostly controlled by reflexes via the parasympathetic division. Chemical and mechanical receptors are located in the organ wall that trigger the reflexes. So mainly it is helpful in the parasympathetic division of the reflexes. That is the nerve supply to the stomach. And then the nutrition. Nutrient, this is substance used by the body for growth, maintenance, and repair. So categories of nutrients. One is carbohydrates, that is simple sugars, starch, and fiber. Next is lipids, it is triglycerides, phospholipids, and fatty acids, proteins, amino acids, vitamins, minerals, and water. This is mainly why we are studying in the gastrointestinal system. So we can see the summary of the organs in the digestive system. The organ, that is the tongue, what is the main function? It maneuvers foods from masturbation, shapes the food into bolus, maneuvers food for dilution, defects sensation of the taste, and helps in digestion. Salivary gland. Saliva produced by the three glands softens and moistens and dissolves the food and cleanses the mouth and the teeth and initiates the digestion of the starch. And then teeth. It cut, tear, and pierce the food to reduce solids into smaller particles of swallowing. Pancreasis. Pancreatic juice buffers acid gastric juices in the chyme action, and then it stops the action of pepsin from the stomach and creates the proper HC for digestion in the small intestine. Then liver, it produces bile, which is required for the emulsification and absorption of the lipids in the small intestine. Next is the gallbladder, stores and concentrates bile and releases it into the small intestine. And next, the mouth, it functions as the tongue, salivary gland, and teeth on which the mouth. Additionally, the lips, cheeks, and keeps chewing with the teeth by using the mastication and buccal glands into the mouth produces the saliva. Pharynx. It receives a bolus from the oral cavity and passes into the esophagus. Esophagus. It receives the bolus from the pharynx and moves into the stomach. Stomach. Mixing waves combine saliva, food, and gastric juices, which activate pepsin, initiates protein digestion, kills microbes in the food, helps absorb vitamin B12, contracts the lower esophageal sphincter. Small intestine. Segmentation mixtures chyme with the digestive juice. Peristalsis propels chyme towards the linguocenal sphincter. Large intestine. Hustral chewing peristalsis and mass peristalsis drive in the colic contents into the rectum, in which the vitamins B and vitamins K absorption, some water ions and vitamin occurs, which helps in the defecation. Next, coming to the summary. So far, we have seen about the complete digestive system, which starts from the trachea until the anus, and the parts that is the esophagus, pharynx, stomach, bile, pancreas, liver, small intestine, large intestine, and the rectum.